came to sex, like I had a low libido. The vajayjay was not as moist as she used to be. I heard a lot about HRT, hormone replacement treatment or therapy, or it's aggressive, because I could get aggressive, y'all. You know, you guys are used to this sweet, soft person.
Thought that I'd be healing now. I didn't think I'd have to feel this now.
Hey good morning. So I been up a while. I had my coffee and now I'm having my breakfast. So I usually have these tortilla and I would saute tomatoes, onions, scallions and peppers, and you know, fry my eggs and I'll mix them together. This morning I added some feta cheese. Actually no, this is gorgonzola cheese crumbles. That's what Jay bought. I don't really do the groceries. He does the groceries most of the time. So I added that to on top. I put a little salt and pepper. It's so yummy, y'all. So good. Let me show you the bag. It's written in English and Spanish. But these are the tortillas that we use. So they're soft maize blanco. Corn tortillas, basically. I say they are a good source of fiber and they are gluten free. And they taste really good. I say they are a good source of fiber and they are gluten free. And they taste really good. So I use this with my breakfast almost every day. Let me see how much calories there are. It says here a serving is 2 tortillas and they're 100 calories. So that's not bad. This is a very good breakfast. I use 3 usually. If I'm really hungry, I might add a 4th. So that's 200 calories plus whatever calories I'm getting from the eggs. And for me, I use 3 eggs, 2 to 3 eggs. If the eggs are big, I can use 2 and be fine. But I like to up my protein, so I always add 3 eggs. Okay, I'm also sharing Jay's breakfast. He's having his with some plantain. Here, she's getting so long. I never had such a long bang before. And it could have been longer because obviously my hair has been cut several times since I started the pixie journey. But I wanted to grow the top to see how I would like it. But the sides do need cutting down. The sides in the back are so long right now. I need to cut them down. But I don't go to the salon here often because of the wait time. It's just too much time spent at someone's place, and I do not like to sit in their chair and just be waiting for hours and hours. I could be doing so much more with my time. So I do not like really going here. I prefer to go in Barbados. Not only is it less costly, but I just feel like my service there is better. In terms of wait time, I feel like I just sit around too much when I go to the salons here. I haven't found one salon yet here that does the pixie that I really want to call my home. You know, I just have not. So that's that. I've been relaxing my hair myself, and I'm thinking I might ask Jay to just like cut down the size for me. Jay actually does cut people's hair sometimes. He's so good at it. He's just very good with his hands. He's very artistic in his way of thinking and whatnot. So I think that also comes through in just his daily life. He refurbishes cars and stuff, and he just has this very artistic mind. Like if we have a furniture to put up, he don't even look at the directions. He just looked at the pieces and know this goes here. This is crazy. His brain works different. Thinking about doing a platinum blonde like when I turn 55, which is 2 years from now, right? So I'm really planning ahead. Actually, it's less than 2 years because this year is almost finished. So I'll be 54 in a couple of months, in about 7 months, 6 or 7 months. So that's not that long. That was a good book. My scarf saved my head from freezing off. I swear. Feels like the coldest winter ever is about to be upon us. I hope I'm not calling it, but this is cold for October. Very cold. Like this, I like how it fits me in the waist. It fits me almost exact, but the length is just odd. I find it should be longer. I don't know if it's because I have all my boots, but if I put a pair of heels on with this, it's just, yeah, I don't like where it hits because of the wide leg. I think that with a wider leg, I would want it to hit the floor if I have on a taller pair of boots or even heels. It's just an odd place for it to hit for me. So as much as I like it, it's gonna be a no. I only like my if a jeans is cropped or shorter, it has to be a narrower at the ankle. Can't be wide like that. Not, at least not on me. Doesn't look good. I like these. This is the fun corner.
I still tripping up you. I got five and I got deep, but I still tripping up you. Hey, when she make it up
all I know is my brother is having a good old time over here in these streets. I don't know, is he a mobile DJ? Oh. He's sure warming up the crowd out there though. I'm not blasting the sofa. Show you guys what I was wearing today. When I went to Zara's, that was the perfect time and I completely forgot. I'm wearing this very old top and skirt. The top is from Forever 21. I got this so many years ago, y'all. But every winter, my uniform is pretty much the same. It doesn't really change much, you know. I think that winter clothing are just the basics. So that's why I don't really spend a lot of money in winter. Most times, if I have something, I can pretty much wear it for years and years to come. The colors are always similar. Even like people talking about the trending colors, like this is very close to what's trending right now. And I have a lot of things in that color. So I don't see the need to go purchase a whole bunch of things. Hey fam, good morning. This is my Friday, y'all. Thursday mornings, or no, my Friday mornings, because this is my last day in the office for the week, so I'm excited. I am wearing I'm wearing this denim jacket. It can be worn on both sides. But anyway, I got this from Forever 21, maybe about 3 or more years ago. Also, I paired it with my Express jeans. This one has a slit by the knee. I really love the fit of this jeans. I got this from Express maybe 3 or more years. It has to be at least 3 years for sure. I did a campaign with them and I got a few things. Yeah, that was a good campaign. And I'm wearing my favorite boots by Vivaya. These are still my favorite boots. I wore these all last winter, like almost every day. They're fairly warm. They're slightly insulated, not heavily insulated, but they're so comfortable. Sometimes if it's really cold, I'll put on a thicker pair of socks. Their shoes are made from recyclable bottles, plastic bottles. I will check in again with you guys a little later. Most mornings, there's a teenager on the train with weed. I don't know what's going on, but this young lady looks like she's probably in high school. Weather's finally letting up. I'm strolling over to Zara. It's pretty windy. I'm just trying to take my scarf. Would you believe this is a medium? And it's still too tight. Right now Zara's off. Even the pants is a size 6, which I usually fit. In fact, 4 fits me sometimes in Zara. Sometimes even a 2. Not today. And I have not gotten any bit. What do you do when you find the perfect coat, a perfect length that can be worn on both sides? Obsessed. It's attached with the security key that so that I can move it. Nice. The button. Just light. I love it. Not flattering at all. Love the price of H&M. Loves, I truly cannot remember the last time that I came on camera. Been so busy the last few days, and sometimes I just gotta focus on what I'm doing and not pick up the camera. But it's Monday, and by now I would have ended up this vlog because I usually try to end the vlogs Saturdays and start a new one on Sundays. But this is what it is, you know. I could create the weekly vlogs however I want, however I choose. But every time I'm about to record or speak to the camera, someone decides to keep the most noise outside. So there goes the motorcycle. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but this is what I deal with every day, okay? The noise level. I get used to it though. I get used to the noise. But for some people, it would be a lot if you're not used to like having a noise consistently during the day and even at night. But when you live in New York, you start to get used to it. Moving here, I feel like it was a little hard for me to adjust in the beginning, but eventually it all sounded like white noise. But in a situation like this where I'm speaking to you guys, it is obvious. Like I'm trying to speak and have you hear me, so hearing a noise like that will definitely interrupt my flow. Just before I went on vacation, just before I went to Barbados, because that wasn't really vacation, I worked my ass off while I was in Barbados. I worked so much while I was there, which is why it was difficult for me to edit any vlogs while I was there. It was so hard because work had me pinned down. I was in a chokehold. And it's really busy with work again. Like, this has been the busiest season, I think, for my job. Like, we've been so busy. It's good, but that means that I need to find more balance, like find more ways to find rest and relaxation, because it consumes a lot of my time, and then I have a little time left to put towards vlogging and creating content for like Instagram or whatever. I've been trying to do TikTok, and even that's been hard. I know a lot of people who recycle their content on all of the platforms, but I feel like the TikTok audience are so different, and I'm still trying to gauge them, y'all. Still trying to gauge them. In fact, I think they might even be a little bit like YouTube audience, but the kind of content that I create, I will have to like put something together that I feel is suitable for TikTok. TikTok, you don't have to do a lot, so I probably need to do the bare minimum. That's what I heard anyway, and that seems to be what works for most people. And TikTok too seems to be more about face-to-face talking, and I have gotten so used to just putting on clothes, showing the pieces and or makeup or whatever, that I find it hard to adjust to the TikTok world. But anyhow, what I did before I went to Barbados was I went and I saw my gynecologist for my yearly exam, and I saw a new gynecologist. So I wasn't very satisfied with my previous visit with my last gynecologist, and I was seeing her for many years. But for seeing her during that time, I wasn't really experiencing perimenopause or menopause symptoms. So the last time I saw her, and I was talking about going through perimenopause at the time, because I hadn't reached the 1 year mark where I hadn't seen a period at all. And I was telling her some of my symptoms, and she just seemed so like, and as a woman, so I thought she would be a little bit more, I don't want to say understanding, but empathetic. She didn't really empathize or try to find something that would help me or even give me advice. She didn't do any of those things. She just did her usual test. You know, she just did the usual pap smear, checked my breast, checked, you know, the usual thing, checked my uterus or whatever they do when they go down there. But that was it. It was just like she was lacking some good bedside manner that day. And I feel like she wasn't like that before. But one thing has changed where she's now working at a different facility, which is inside of is that a clinic or hospital? I think it's a hospital. So she's still practicing, but now she's at a hospital and having her clients come there. And I just felt something very different about that whole environment. So my good friend Kiki, she mentioned her gynecologist, and she said that she was able to get help with her perimenopause symptoms. So I was so happy to go to her doctor, because that woman, everything was different. She was so nurturing. She was so sweet and so kind and empathetic and thoughtful, and she gave me some really good advice. Now, she didn't tell me, oh, this is what you should do. She asked me what my symptoms were and what I would like. What am I seeking to change? So I told her my symptoms and what I would like to see change about these symptoms, like fatigue, the brain fog, the lack of sleep. Like, I can't sleep through a night. I'm always tossing and turning. not getting enough rest obviously means you're more fatigued. So there are all these things that were happening to me that I really felt I needed help with. Not to mention the lack of energy, the mood swings. Like, I was always in a mood. I would get agitated really, really quickly. And sometimes I would also get anxious. Like, I never had like an anxiety attack or a symptom of anxiety that was uncontrollable. Like, I could not control my anxiety sometimes, and when I get anxious, it would just consume me. It came to sex, like, I had a low libido. The vajayjay was not as moist as she used to be, and sex was painful most of the time. And like, there are just all these different symptoms that I had that I thought a physician, a woman, would suggest something to help me. I have been using different supplements that have helped, but those supplements can only do so much, right? Your hormones have shifted, your estrogen level is getting lower and lower, is depleting, and your estrogen level helps to balance you out. And it also controls so many other things that were being affected, including sex. So I heard a lot about HRT, hormone replacement treatment or therapy, or what is the correct word? And I've been hearing a lot of conversations about it. I know friends who have tried it. I know strangers who've tried it. The last event I went to that was surrounding menopause, Halle Berry was there, and she spoke to me directly and she said, you need to try HRT. So when I went to my doctor and I mentioned what I was going through, and she never gave me a suggestion. She kind of like was rushing the appointment. I didn't have a chance to even say, hey, I would like to do such and such with her. So I am now doing HRT. Now, HRT can be done in different forms. I believe there's an injection you can take. I think there's a patch, and then there's the pills. I'm taking the pills. They're similar to the pills that you would take for your cycle. So take them daily. They start just like how your cycle days would have gone. So you have a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, just like that. And they're very small, so easy to swallow, and they're so effective, y'all. My body thanks my doctor. My body thanks HRT. My body thanks the people. My body and my mind, actually. They all are thankful to these doctors, these scientists, those who have come up with a solution that is helping so many of us. So I don't have any side effects that I am aware of. The doctor suggested I take them for 3 months first and then come back. So my 3-month period just passed about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now I am steadily on my HRT. Like I said, I don't have any side effects that I can think of. I don't think I've ever had hot flashes, but I definitely don't get them now. If I used to get them. I tell people I don't like being hot, but I don't think I've ever had a hot flash per se. Based upon what people say a hot flash feels like, I don't think that I've ever had a hot flash before. I don't feel as anxious about anything anymore. Definitely handling stress a lot better. Not that I like stress or I want stress, but stressful situations come up. So I'm handling those situations a lot better. And trust me, Jay is extremely happy. In fact, last time when I was going back to the doctor for my follow-up, he said to send her his regards and thank her very much, because he feels like I'm a different person. And this is how menopause can affect us. It can turn us into somebody completely different. Like, yeah, I'm less aggressive, because I could get aggressive, y'all. You know, you guys are used to this sweet, soft person, this personality, right? But menopause will make you become a freaking raccoon. That's what Jay used to call me. Like, I would get so upset over some things that I could have been a lot more calm about. I just could not figure out how to control my emotions. But now they're more intact. I'm a lot more calm. I'm more excited about sex again. Okay, listen. You know what I thought about and what Jay and I sat and spoke about? We wonder if relationships fail. I'm not saying I'm blaming the woman, because both parties have to have a little bit of understanding when a woman is going through menopause. But I wonder if relationships fail mostly because of that time. Because most relationships, if I'm not mistaken, kind of break down when a woman is going through that midlife period. And we talk about midlife crisis and all of that. But I think that it truly is a crisis when a woman is going through menopause and then the partner is probably not with the same woman he was with 10 years before, 20 years before. For sure, you're changing. But not only have you changed as you evolve, but now you're going through this. But now you're going through this thing that is causing you to act different. You don't want to have sex. Sex is painful. You're less patient. You don't manage stress well. You're tired all the time. You're lacking motivation. Like, there's so many things. Some people even lack motivation to like get dressed and look nice. And some people just lose themselves. Like, they don't do the things they used to do anymore. Like, they don't take care of themselves. Get up, get dressed, put on makeup. Like, they don't make themselves look appealing anymore. Thank God that we are at a time in our lives where women are not letting menopause change who they are. Like, it's more about embracing the changes and finding a way to navigate through these changes more smoothly, right? More effortlessly. So I'm really thankful for brands like Happy Mamas and Womaness. There is another brand that I worked with in the past. I can't think of it right now. Damn, and I used to really use a lot of their products. Happy Mamas became one of my more consistently used supplements because they don't just do menopause. I have my Mino Daily that I will take, and I used to use the Hormone Harmony, but I feel like the two kind of like give me the same results. So I've been sticking to the Mino Daily since that was my target issue. But yeah, I just love that these brands are coming up with solutions and supplements that can help us. And then if those supplements or whatever else they're giving, and because we even have the lubes, the special lubes for sex. I don't really like those things though. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with using lube, but I prefer, you know, the natural moisture, okay? It just feels different. Those lubes is just not the same. So my point is they're coming up with different ways to help us to navigate through this time more efficiently and without us all going crazy. So yeah, HRT guys, if you are someone who are experiencing perimenopause symptoms or menopause symptoms, because I think that perimenopause is even harder than like full-on menopause in my opinion. And based upon what a lot of people have talked about, it may be so. Because I had a rough time through perimenopause. I mean, the shift when it happens is so shocking. Like, you're like, what is going on with me right now? Is what you're thinking to yourself, like, why can't I remember certain words? Why is sex feeling like someone is slicing me with a razor? Why am I not as moist as I used to be? Why am I feeling so tired? Why can't I sleep through the night? Like, there were so many ways. I'm so glad that they had all these different communities that suddenly popped up online to help with some of those questions, so that I was able to interact with other women like myself who was going through menopause. I didn't feel like I should be ashamed. It was no longer something to be hush hush about. Everyone was talking about it, and still are. So I love that we've gotten to a place where we accepted that changes are natural for all human beings. You're a child, you become an adolescent, your body changes, your reproductive system changes. You become older, your reproductive system changes again. Females go through it more so than males, but my point is, this is natural, this is life. We all change and evolve, and I'm glad that we are evolving to a point where we're no longer ashamed to talk about these things that happen to us. All of us we may not experience the same exact things, but we all experience some of these same symptoms in a similar way. So I'm glad that we're able to talk about these things more openly. So if you are older and you're like me, maybe you're full-on menopausal like me, or you're going through pre-menopause, I see you and I feel you. If you have any questions about menopause and my symptoms, or you want to tell me something about what you're going through or what you've experienced, I would love it if we can open that conversation. I'm not saying that I'm not making this a channel about menopause, but it is a part of my life, and the channel is called Lifewithgloreeb for a reason, because I am sharing my life with you, right? So if I'm going through something, I want to feel good enough, and I want to feel like it's okay to share with you, and not feel ashamed or judged by it. Okay, we're blessed to get to this age. Some people don't get to this age. Some people don't get to 40. Some people don't get to 50. Okay, so I'm hot because right now I got on this blazer. I have a light behind me because it is like 6 o'clock and it is pitch black. This is the thing with the winter. I don't like to film at night, but I'm going to be forced to film at night more because the days are shorter, so I'm losing light. So most of the time when I film, I try to film during the day. But guys, I want to say thank you all so much for joining me on another vlog. I want to say a warm welcome to any of you who are new. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I love to learn more about you. I try to do this in every video, but sometimes I will forget. Please introduce yourself. If you're new, let me know your name. Your age is so important, because I love to know the people who are watching my videos. Like, what do we have in common? Are you younger? Are you older? And if you're younger or older, I love it that you still connect with me here. And where you're from, where you are from, and where you currently reside. For me, I am Barbadian and I live here in the US, in New York to be exact. So that's the kind of information I would like to start with. So at least I feel like I know a little bit about who is supporting me and my channel. Alright my loves, I look forward to seeing you all in my next video, and until then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye for now.
I thought I would've moved on, but somehow the feeling still